श्रद्धा का प्यार भरा नमस्ते. Welcome to yet another episode of Thrive with Sushmita. We are currently studying noun, as we all know. Yesterday in our last video we read about or we discussed about singular and plural noun. Again, they are not types of noun, right? They are just numbers into which these nouns are classified as. Like a quick revision as we always do before the class. So today we have part 2 of these series that we are discussing about singular and plural noun. Yesterday we had read about 5 rules. I am sure you've gone through it and have been able to understand all the aspects of it. Today we will be learning about few more rules with respect to singular and plural. Coming to the words that you can see on the board, ma'am has already written few words for you, which is man, woman, foot, mouse and tooth. They are all used in singular form, right? They are all used in singular form. Singular means it denotes one person or one thing, as we had discussed. Now what happens is, like yesterday as we were seeing certain rules that we add an S, or maybe we add an ES, or maybe we add an IES, right? If you remember, correct? But here what happens is we change the entire word. For example, man becomes men. Woman becomes women. Women. We don't pronounce it as woman, it's women. Foot becomes feet. Mouse becomes mice. Tooth, I have a toothache, right? So one of my single tooth is aching, right? But tooth in plural form, like the set of teeth, as we study in science also, temporary and permanent teeth, the entire set. So tooth becomes teeth. The plural form of tooth is teeth. The plural form of goose is geese. Okay, few more examples if we study, like these are exceptions, we need to remember them. There are no particular rules which apply to these words. Alright, so another set of words if we go through, we will see ox. Ox becomes oxen. Child. Child becomes children. All my favorite children, right? So child becomes children. Got my point? Now there are certain words that we will be discussing. Let's have a quick revision. Man becomes men. Woman becomes women. Foot becomes feet. Mouse becomes mice. Tooth becomes teeth. What was the last one? Goose. Goose becomes geese. Another 2 examples. Ox becomes oxen. Child becomes children. Okay. There are few more words that we will be discussing. For example, fisherman. In singular form, it is fisherman. It becomes fishermen. Now see, this is a compound noun. What is a compound noun? Compound noun means 2 or more words. They come together to form a particular noun. So fisherman became fishermen. Salesman. Salesman became salesmen. Okay. Now see, again here these are compound nouns. Now if you see a word where man is a part but it is not a compound noun. This word man is part of the entire word Brahman. Okay. So it becomes Brahmins, not Brahman. Okay. It becomes Brahmans. Am I clear? So fisherman became fishermen. Salesman became salesmen because they are compound nouns. So here we change the main noun of the word. Clear? Okay. Right. So the next few examples that we need to go through. Okay. Few more compound nouns let us discuss. For example, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, father-in-law. Here again, these are group of few words which has made a compound noun. Mother-in-law. In this, the main noun is mother. So it is not mother-in-laws, right? You know, when sometimes we all discuss. So it is not mother-in-law. It is mothers-in-law. It is fathers-in-law. So the plural form will become mothers-in-law. Brother. So brother changes to brothers-in-law. Father changes to fathers, and it becomes fathers-in-law. Alright. Again, there will be a word like you must be knowing, maid servant. Okay. Though we should treat them with equal respect. Always maid servants. Here it is not that you will be saying plural form will be maids servant. It will be maid servants and not maids servant, because the important or the main noun of this word is servant and not maid. So it becomes maid servants. Yeah. So these are the few examples that we studied. Yeah. Okay. So now we will be, going through some words and understand how it functions or works. For example, there will be some nouns which are always in singular form. They have no plural form. Okay. They are always in singular form. Okay. Like furniture, okay, like expenditure. They are always in singular form. They do not have a plural form. Okay. Then there are certain nouns or words which are always in plural form. They do not have singular form. Okay. For example, trousers. What is a trousers? It's a pair of clothing, right? Which is like, it's got two parts. So it is always used in plural form. For example, the trousers are dirty. We do not use it in singular form. For example, scissors. It's always used in plural form. The scissors are very sharp. Okay. So there are certain words which are always used in plural form. Now we will be studying or discussing about certain words which remain same in the singular form as well as the plural form. For example, deer. Deer is singular. The plural form of deer is also deer. Now please, I am not talking about D-E-A-R. You are very dear to me, which means you are very lovable. But I am talking about an animal, D-E-E-R, which is like an animal with antlers, like you know that, right? Next is sheep. Baba, black sheep. I am talking about the same sheep, okay? So sheep, the singular is also sheep, the plural form is also sheep. Now there is a word called fish, right? We all know fish swim in water. So for fish, see, sometimes it is fishes also. Like when we talk about same type of fish, then the plural form will be fish. Okay, there are different varieties of fish we know. Now, but when we talk about different kinds of fish, okay, then it becomes fishes. So how will we know whether the deer or the sheep is being used in singular form or in plural form? You really need to see the sentence. For example, the deer is grazing in the field. So deer is denotes one. So it means it's a singular form. It is one deer. Okay. But now if you go through a sentence, the deer are grazing in the field. So from here the word are, you will be able to understand the word deer is being used in the plural form. Okay. So deer, sheep, fish, they remain same in the plural form. You just need to go through the sentence to understand whether it is being used in singular or plural form. Okay. And the last rule for today's class we will be discussing, like see, there are certain words which might appear to you in plural form because you might see an S at the end. For example, physics, mathematics, news. Okay, you might be feeling ma'am, S. So these are plural forms. No, they appear to be in plural form, but they are singular. So when I say physics is my favorite subject in singular form, not that physics are my favorite subject. Okay, the news of the World Cup spread like fire, right? So here news or the news is spreading like fire, so it will always be used in singular form. Please do not get confused if you see an S to it. So these were the rules that we discussed today, and we finished the two parts of singular and plural with this video. In the first part we discussed about certain rules, and in this video we discussed about certain words and how do they change from singular or plural form, or how their form remains the same in singular or plural form, right? We discussed few words. This was all for today's class. We will be meeting in the next video. Till then, stay tuned and take very good care of yourselves. Thank you so much.